And my mom walked into my hospital room, and I just was staring her down. Now, I have big brown eyes. Since I was a little girl, my dad called me Frankenstein because I had these big eyes and a big head, and I was bald with my other two. You have 3 babies. You can't possibly all have good hair. And so my eyes, I was staring my mom down, and she saw me, and I saw her, and she said to me, she's like, if you can hear me, blink twice. And I just kept blinking. I did not even stop. I kept blinking, and that was the moment. And from there, I started learning little by little how to live again, how to sit up, how to hold my head up. And as new abilities came back, my gratitude list grew and grew. And what I learned is through gratitude, it shifted my perspective on the situation. It gave birth to hope that maybe things could get better. Maybe I could go on and win the gold medal that I told my mom at 5 years old I would win, or be on Dancing with the Stars that I told my mom at 10 years old I would be on, or even be on television. That maybe this is only just a hiccup along the way, that you can restore what's been lost. Like when a house burns down or a business goes under, you start back up again, you start new. And so for me, this was my opportunity to start new. And it was all based on the root of gratitude. At my lowest point, I found a way to look up. I found a way to stop staring at my situation, stop staring at the inevitable, the death, the vegetative state, the never being able to thank my family and tell my family that I love them, and looked up and said, well, maybe I will be able to. Maybe I will get out of this hospital bed. Maybe after 10 years being paralyzed, I will walk again. And maybe, just maybe, I will be able to dance. My point being, though, from that video, from what I've told you, from kind of the Cliff Notes version of my story, is when I hit rock bottom, the only way I knew how to get back was through restoration, which is why we're all here. That is the theme, is how do you bounce back? How do you keep moving forward when every odd is against you, when opportunities have failed you? In my circumstance, when my body has failed me, and when there seems to be no hope, when there seems to be nothing to be grateful for, I encourage you all to find that gratitude. Find what drives you. Find what inspires you to restore yourself, the ones around you, your business, your life. Because I can assure you, when it feels as if you've hit rock bottom, when it feels as if there's nowhere to go but down, just look up. Look up, be grateful, even if it's just for the sun is shining, or you can scratch your nose. I still have moments where I'm like, look what I can do. Or for me, what I always like to do, I like to start with 5 minutes of gratitude every single day, and I want you all to just try it. And for me, it's whenever I get out of bed. Because for 10 years, I was either waking up in a hospital bed or I was waking up and sitting in a wheelchair. And it was such an ordeal to wake up. And then 2 years ago, I could just get out of bed. And so from there, I started continuing on my gratitude train with the mere fact that I can get up, the mere fact that I can take a breath and be alive. And I think we all tend to forget that. We all tend to be going and going and going. And I'm just as guilty as that now, to the point where sometimes my mom has to almost remind me of what I speak about. Or she's like, you know who should probably listen to what you're talking about? You. My point is, though, is that take a moment and know that no matter where you are, no matter what you've gone through, no matter what you can and can't do, you have a purpose, and you have the ability to restore, and you have the ability that even if you've fallen down into the depths, to build back up and live a life far beyond what you could have ever imagined. And so be grateful and know there's always always, always, there's always hope on the horizon, and there's always the ability to rise up from devastation. And so remember to constantly, every day, restore yourself and restore the ones around you. And when you've hit rock bottom, just look up, because the sun's shining, and it will shine again. So thank you, guys. Thank you.